Hi and welcome. In the first unit we had a look at the most important sentence structure to communicate your message in an easy way. In this unit we're going to have a look at another simple but often forgotten rule for easy and clear communication. You know when this rule has not been followed. You end up reading a text and you don't know what the main message was. You don't know what's expected from you. You have to go back to the beginning to understand what's going on. You have to think hard about what exactly the writer is trying to communicate, or you simply get lost in the text. What is this simple rule that could prevent these problems? Rules about sentence length. Before we get into the rules, let's have a look at an example sentence. Read the following sentence and try to work out what is the main point being made. Difficult, wasn't it? It's a lot of information mishmashed together in one big long sentence. The result of reading a sentence like that is confusion. What is the writer trying to communicate? Well, there are two simple rules that we can apply to resolve this. Rule number 1. Make only 1 point per sentence, or in the case where a sentence is made up of 2 clauses, like a conditional, make 1 point per clause and a maximum of 2 clauses per sentence. Rule number 2, keep an average sentence length of less than 25 words per sentence across the whole document. Let me explain. Rule number 1. Our brains are brilliant at dealing with chunks of information. That is, small, bite-sized pieces of information. We are much better at dealing with these pieces of information given to us one by one than all at once. We have to organize our writing in the same way. If we present our writing as one piece of info, another piece of info, another piece of info, suddenly the reader's life becomes easier. Let's break down our example sentence in this way. Here we are now being given information bit by bit, and as such it's much easier to understand. Please note that this isn't baby talk. Look at the sentences. Are they unprofessional? Are they unbusinesslike? No. Yet they follow the rule. If you examine pieces of writing which are considered to be good, you'll often see that the information is broken down sentence by sentence. The second rule is about average sentence length. Our brains can only deal with a certain amount of information at once, as we've just covered. In a sentence, when we get to 25 words, we start to forget what was at the beginning of the sentence. As such, we then have to reread the sentence to work out what's going on. We, as the readers, have to do a lot of work to understand the writer's message, and it doesn't have to be like that. If you try to keep your average sentence length across the whole document at less than 25 words, you're communicating efficiently and easily. If we have a look at the average sentence length based on our rewritten example, we find that the average sentence length has come down from 90 to 27. This is still a bit high. If we were to redraft the text to lose some unnecessary information, we might get this. Which is below our average of 25 words per sentence. Okay, let's quickly recap. Keep to 1 point per sentence or 1 point per clause, a maximum of 2 clauses per sentence, and as much as it's possible, keep to an average of less than 25 words per sentence across the whole document. Okay, with that being said, I'd like you to have a look at the questions below and break down those texts using these rules. To find out more about sentences and sentence length, or to see how someone else explains it, please have a look at the links in the video description.